because I have some kind of complex and I need tall people to make me look hard. So, first comedian, Alex Plant.
Woo! Hello! Hello! Alright. Hello, Brighton Fringe. I love the fact that Brighton Fringe has basically looked at the Edinburgh Fringe and gone, you know what this needs? Bunch of rainbows and seagulls nicking your chips. That's what this needs. Right. A little bit about me. I am part English, I am part German. I like to think I'm the ultimate combination of stiff upper lip and stiff upper arm. Yeah, that ceiling's short, isn't it? I once had sex with a German girl. I said, listen, Fraulein, a little bit shy, a little bit awkward, could you possibly rate me out of 10 during sex? So I quickly slipped it in the bum. She went, 999, best rating I've ever got. Now, I'd just like to address the elephant in the room, not you, Paul. I don't know why I looked at you like straight dead on there. Honestly, don't feel intimidated. I know I'm 6'6", but I'm very middle class. The worst I'm going to do is write you a strongly worded letter, right? No, the elephant in the room is my accent. I'm actually from the Black Country. Yeah, I'm as surprised as you are. But it's really annoying. I kind of wish that I had a colloquial accent. I don't. I sound like an extra from Downton Abbey. I'm not quite sure why I sound like this. Maybe it was beaten out of me in public school. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, no, I love an accent, but the thing is, I'm part English, part German. I speak 2 languages. And British accents don't really work well with foreign languages. I mean, could you imagine a Scouser going over to Germany going, hey mate, can I have eine Bratwurst, bitte? Like, they wouldn't understand the word. Or someone from the West Country going to Italy, right, well, the Polo Poco Italiano? Yeah. It just does not work. I'm not even going to try a Brazilian or Portuguese. Yeah. I'd love to do a Portuguese accent, but I cannot do one. So I won't even try and murder that. But the thing is, I do like accents. I do like British accents. I quite like the Scouse accent, especially on a woman. Not too Cilla Black. Right? Like, not too Cilla Black, but I do like Scouse accent on a lady. I can't help but think though, if I was to pull a Scouse lady, that it would be a bit like making love to a fax machine or a dial-up modem. Like, you know, that sort of thing. I wouldn't want to do that. But the thing is, like many places, I know Brighton as well is quite a hip town and, well, hip city. Is it a town or a city? Brighton town? City. Okay. Like Liverpool, it's quite a hip city. And when people go out on the town, they like to dress up. I mean, ladies, oh my word, do you dress up to the nines on a night out? Whoa, posh boy likes a bit of rough. Right? But I do have a few little niggles. Like, number one, spray tans. Like, I don't like my women to glow in the dark. I haven't needed a nightlight since I was 5 years old. If I wanted a woman to glow in the dark, I'd go to Chernobyl. Number two, right, I don't know what's going on with fashion at the moment. I'm not a very fashionable man, but women, I don't understand these sort of vacuum-packed leggings that they're wearing, these leather leggings. I'm sorry, but like, when you finish after a night out, it must be like boiling the bag fish. I mean, Jesus Christ. And my third sort of little niggle is, I don't know whether you've noticed, but the entirety of the UK is cobbled. So why do you insist on wearing stilettos on a night out? It's like watching an episode of Jurassic Park. It's like, I'm just sat there just going, Now, you've probably realised this by now, but I'm an only child. Don't worry, I'm no different to those of you who've got brothers and sisters. It's just that my parents realised their mistake first time round. But in all fairness, it's a bit of a sort of bad thing about my parents. I mean, I love my parents, especially my mom. My mom is an interesting woman. She's a problem solver. And she has an interesting philosophy that any problem can be solved with a book. Alright? Not these books. But no, in all fairness, if you came to our house, like, she loves books. She discovered Amazon in the early noughties. I don't mean the rainforest, I mean the website. Although you would be forgiven for thinking that she has deforested half of it. But if you came to our house, it looks like someone's rioted in W.H. Smith's. That, and if you pick up any 2 books, you get a big bar of Galaxy for £1. No, but she has bought me books over the years to try and solve problems. So, the first book that she bought me was Puberty, Hair in Funny Places. It's a book that she bought me full of cartoon penises and boobs, and absolutely horrifying descriptions of the hormone monster. Another book that she bought me when I became single recently, she bought me this book, The Dating Dance, How to Attract Women. Thanks for believing in me there, Mom. But the pièce de résistance of books that she's bought me over the years was when I was about 17 or 18. I hadn't brought any girls back to the house, and she got a bit worried, did our Leslie, and she bought me a book. And the book that she bought me is this one here. She Comes First, The Thinking Man's Guide to Pleasing a Woman. Thanks, Mom. In all fairness, it's a really, really good read. Gentlemen, obviously, great read. And when you get to the end, you'll fall straight asleep, am I right? So, she bought me that book, and of course I went away to university, still a virgin, thanks to that book. She bought me another book when I did go away to university, The Virgin's University Survival Guide. She's good, she's good. But I went away to university and I was still a virgin. I remember my first time very, very vividly. I was at a flat party and I retired to the bedroom, as is the right of the middle classes, to the boudoir for some pork and some cheese. And all of a sudden this girl, she bursts into my room, she starts making a move on me, so I quickly consulted the survival guide. Turns out, yes, she was making a move on me. Yeah. So, she insisted on doing it doggy style on the floor. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to a university student halls, but it's carpeted with 300 grit sandpaper. Alright? And so I got the ladders out, sorted out the height difference. And I'm going away on the floor, and I'm like, hold on a second, my knees are really hurting here. So I've leaned up a bit, I'm bleeding from my knees, I've got carpet burns on my knees, I'm like, oh, for God's sake, she's meant to be bleeding here, not me, what on earth's going on? Right? So I quickly say, look, can we possibly flip this onto the bed? Right? So I've hopped on like a sticking set mounting a bouncy castle. Right? Flailing away, my usually daddy long legs trying to get out of a window styling, when she utters these immortal words that I never want to hear again in my life, which is, do you want me to go on top? Which we all know is female speak for, you're not any good, let me fucking sort this out. Right? So next thing I know, she's bouncing around, she's having a lovely time, I think. Then she starts going a little bit red. I'm like, fine, maybe she's not had a lot of exercise, this is fine, right? Then she starts making a noise like a dog trying to get out of a hot car, like, I'm like, is this normal? No word of a lie, next thing that happens, she starts turning blue. She's having an asthma attack. Alright? Now, I don't know if you've ever been inside a woman who's having an asthma attack. It's a bit like having a willy in the spin cycle of a washing machine. However, you need to get that out forthwith, just in case there's a bit of shrinkage, right? So, I've had to manoeuvre my way out from underneath this woman, and the only way that I could do it, there was a nightlight above my, like a lamp above my bed, so I pulled on that, and I managed to get my way out from underneath her by smashing her on the head with glass. So now she's bleeding, so everything's okay. And she's like, I'm like, where's your inhaler? She's like, it's over there on my sea desk. She's like, I'm like, not even my go-go gadget arms will fetch that thing, right? But I grabbed her inhaler, thrown it at her, I'm like, are we going to continue the audacity of a virgin? She's like, no, moment's over. I'm like, fine, I'm going to go outside for a cigarette. Now, unbeknown to me, my best mate has seen her go into my room. And he's told not just our flat, but the entirety of the student courtyard of flats. What I walked out to that evening was what I can only describe as England winning the World Cup in 1966. People cheering from balconies, people have got bunting on, going, "Ray, he's gone and done it!" I'm like, "Ray, this is amazing, is this going to happen every time? He's gone and done it, the little fella's gone and done it." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 I'm 6'6". I looked down, my Willie's hanging up. But at least she came first. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's great. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause there for Alex Platt. That was hilarious, wasn't it? Yes, that was brilliant.